Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. Sorry if I don't sound the greatest. I might have to do a second retake. Let's keep on trying here. It is 7:30 in the morning. It's already 80 degrees. We have a dew point, probably like 74, 75 dew point. All over the TV it's plastered heat warnings. Yesterday was 113 degree heat index, so you see why we're rather bright and early. Up here, a few birdies are. It's so humid when you look around. It's just like a haze. It's not foggy, but if you look like half a block away, you can see the moisture in the air. Nasty. Anyway, we're going to clean this up. Enough about the weather. We're going to show you it all dirty and scummy. This is the one I like. I just like the pistol grip. I like that it still has a sticker on it. And I am 100% positive this is just gold paint on all these. Now, I could be wrong. But we're not going to paint anything. We're just going to scrub the best we can, clean it up. It's going to be a wall hanger, as I call it. So we're going to scrub it really good with, carefully I should say, and really good with like some awesome cleaner, degreaser. So no paint, nothing on here. It's just going to be scrubbed. So stay tuned for that. I thought I'd get out early and get this part done, filmed. And then I'll be all set in front of my fan. So I'm not going to be outside too much today. It's Saturday, July 20th. And they're talking about how it's been the hottest summer in 100 years. So many days in a row. And it's just nasty. It's so humid it could kill you. I went shopping yesterday and it was really nasty when you got out of the car somewhere. And even in the stores, the air conditioner wasn't working that great. So, enough yak. There's 2 minutes of talking standing out here. So, let's get to work. Okay, hope the fan ain't too terrible. Here's our progress so far. This is all we're using. With a bristle brush, stainless brush up on top, and on the painted surfaces, just a nylon brush. That, and we have a rinse bottle with clear water. Just so you can see the difference. All the stuff on there. And we're just scrubbing enough up here just so you can see that it's brass like this. This is metal, a little bit of rust. I don't know what we're going to do. We're not going to spray no lacquer nothing on her, but boy, it would be an idea to spray something over this to keep it preserved. But just wanted to show you the in-between here before you see it all clean. So we're not getting carried away. This is made out of brass or bronze. We just want it cleaned up where you can tell what parts are brass. But this is just paint. See where the rust is coming through? I think all of them are painted. Stay tuned. We'll bring you back when it's all done and nice and super clean. Ready to put on the shelf. This has fuel in it. I need to see if I can get this apart. I don't want it in the shop with gasoline in it. Well, here we are all cleaned up. This is the best we're going to clean it. I tried using a little bit of rubbing alcohol on here and it actually started smearing whatever this plastic is. Because it's old. So I left it alone. I suppose you could put a coat of car wax on it, but I couldn't get that stain out. I scrubbed. I said it's pretty good just raw some cleaner. Took the wire brush. Actually, this is not rust inside. It's nice and shiny. I dumped the gas out, and the gas was really potent still. It looked icky orange, but it was pretty potent smelling. And there's the bottom here is a big wick that lays in there all swelled up. The ugly looking like a big glob. It looks like mop strings, the old-fashioned mop. So, it's good inside. This could be restored. I know probably the pump shot. You can do this all day. It's not going to pump nowhere. I could have left it loose and showed you what it looked like, but we're not too worried about that. There you go. You can see that it's made out of bronze, brass. You know, I just scrubbed just enough. It'll be inside, so I don't have to worry about oiling or nothing, but it's good enough. So, let's go do something else. Finish off the video. Okay, for the next item up for bids, I keep thinking I'm playing the prices right here. Okay, we thought we'd share a collection of brass punches, awls, scratch awls, center punches, whatever we want to call them, drip punch. We'll start with these first ones we made. This was just made with some scrap. This is 1/4-inch high-speed steel lathe bit, a round type. So that's a nice little small punch. This was the one with the little screwdriver tip from the little Harbor Freight where you take them in out of the thing. You know what I mean? It has that funky blue handle. And this is an 1/8-inch drill bit that I sharpened like down to a darning needle, sewing needle, and it will bend. So I lost a little bit of its whatever from getting hot so many times. I do dip stuff in cold water. That was a scrap piece I had laying around, so I don't know. It was probably something I bought a long time ago, but got stuff blowing all over. We've got the fan going, believe me. Okay. This is a 15/64 drill bit. This is probably, I feel bad I can't even tell you what the diameter is. Let's pause and we'll get our ruler out. Okay, we went in and changed the battery. This symbol was flashing in the camera. I'm glad I've got extra battery. Okay, this is 7/16 because they didn't have any 1/2 inch in stock. So it's 7/16. So, like I said, this is a 15/64 drill bit. So that's not much more than 1/4 of an inch bigger where I drilled this out. Just round it over. Flatten on the tip. So it's high speed still, and I did cool this. I need to sharpen a little more. I did cool this. I was holding it with my fingers. Don't touch it with my thumb. If it felt hot, I'd cool it because I don't want to ruin that. Because otherwise it won't be a punch anymore. This is an 1/8-inch drill bit, high speed steel. So this can punch metal too, but it's mostly just for a scratch all. This is that 3/8 hex stock. Okay. Put that up there, bring these down here. Here's my 1/4-inch stuff. The little tapered drift punch. That's what I call them. Drift punch, driving out pins. If you worked on guns and stuff, you didn't want to scratch anything, this is what you'd want to be using for little pins. You'd probably have a whole set of the proper size, but say in a pinch you had to work on something and you don't really want to damage the pin or anything, this is what you want to use is brass. And you can hit it with whatever hammer. You're not going to beat it to death, but it's got a nice flat spot on it. Okay, this one reminded me of a set of darts I've seen on Amazon. They're like $35 a pair. They're aluminum. They're like competition. And they use tungsten carbide like you use when you're TIG welding. You know, the part that's in the torch part. I need to get some of that TIG rod. Because this is just plain old 1/8-inch welding rod. Like used for a torch or filler rod when you're TIG welding. So you can also use it for torch welding. A lot of people don't know that. If you got a brazing tip, you can go to Harbor Freight, get a whole pack of this stuff. And that Sharpie marker in the lines, that was, started out with 1 inch down to, measured it out. They're not exact. A lot of this is freehanded. So you start out with 1 inch, then you go every half, then you go 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch. So these are like 1/8 of an inch apart. And it's got a magnet in the end. So this is all drilled, and with my little boring bit, and it will come out of there. If you put on something real strong, it's not glued to there, it will pop out of there. But for small stuff, you got a little magnet in the shop. Just an idea. These are all prototypes, and here's one of the hardest ones to do. But then again, it's easy to do on the lathe because it's small, because this will slide all the way through the spindle. You won't get no much more than 1/4 inch, that little lathe that goes through the hollow spindle. So it was easy to drill this. And this is just 1/8-inch welding rod. Now this stuff is not exactly 1/8 of an inch, but I kind of modeled it after this one, the design. So that's what I wanted, something like that. And it's got this part, so you can tap on this. If you say you want to poke something out, you can tap on it. I mean, you're not going to hurt that. But that is, you can always remachine that and make that look better. So There you go. There's my collection so far. If we make any more, we probably won't make another collection video, but just kind of put them in a pile here so we can snap a photo there. So we'll find about one more thing for this week. It's already 80 degrees in the shop. Like I said, the dew point's like 75, and it's going to go up and up. Yesterday was an 80 dew point. At one time it was 98 degrees, and 80 dew point. Heat index in my area was like 113. Yeah, in Omaha, Nebraska was like around 110, 112 at one time. Sioux City, Iowa was up around 100. I think it almost reached like 114, 115. So I was doing the average. So I'll say it was at least like 113 degree heat index. And that'll kill you. Somebody in my age and my health, you get outside too long, you sweat, it does not evaporate. So you're just cooking. You feel like you're roasting in an oven, because I don't mind the heat. I go outside 85, 90 degrees and sweat, and it'll cool off. Go find a shade tree. And you wasn't going to do that yesterday, because I found some shady spots. Stand in the shade somewhere, it did not feel any better. So stay tuned. Sunday in the shop videos get long because I just ramble on, but then we get to visit with everybody. I don't get a whole lot of comments. I noticed that, but I'm not going to stop making my videos, because I do get a few views on them, and that way I can show stuff that I made, get caught up on things, shoot the bull, as they say around here. So stay tuned. We'll find one more little thing before we go today. Okay, we'll show you our fishing float repair repaint. That's where we got these. They probably like $1 something a piece, but I really like these. This one in the package right here is like from Walmart brand. There's like Rob Thrills and Still. This probably says Still on it. There's like Rob Thrills. 2 brands at Walmart. They're not weighted. Okay, so I don't like those. These have a weight on it. See that weight, and it's painted. Okay, this one was all chipped off the varnish. This had come loose. It was still on there because it can't come off. So what we did is we epoxied it on there. We can't find no silver. We just masked it off, sprayed this with flat black, and just painted this with some gray, flat gray, and then we used some model car orange, so it's not fluorescent like the other one. This is fluorescent orange. It may look red. Trust me, it's not red, it's fluorescent orange. I wish we could see where you get over here and it looks pinkish. This camera don't like color red. Anyway, then we repainted the top. And some of these come chipped like this. It's almost like they coat them, because this is a wooden stick stuck in here. It's almost like coat it with some epoxy or something. And then you always see where the paint drips, because they probably hung them up like that. See that? So, get that out of the way. That's what we did. We spray it with some clear. And it's the Rust-Oleum clear gloss. It smells like lacquer wood, so it's a clear gloss. It's not a shellac. So, there's probably 3 or 4 coats on here to waterproof this, because it's balsa wood. But I really like these. Now some of these, you can use them as a slip bobber. And if I had one in there, I would show you. Some of you can use a slip bobber, or it just pinches it and locks it where you want it. See that? Locks it wherever you want on the line. And I will put split shots on here. Like, say I might put 2 little BB size split shots or more, because I want this heavy. Because when we go out to the lake where we go is like 1.5 feet over height. So there's a no wake zone, and the boat dock's all broken, destroyed. And it's like 1 foot underwater where you normally start walking out on the boat dock, and you got a ramp on either side. Say this is the dock, and then there's a ramp into the water. Like this much is underwater, about 1 foot. And then they chopped part of it off because it was broke. So it's not as long as it used to be, so it's kind of hard to get boats in there. But when you go out there and there's a little bit of wake, if you weight these down, they don't tend to float all over and jump up and down on you so much. You know, and the more weight you have, though, the more a little fish might give up trying to pull on the bait. Because we use corn, different baits. So you don't want it too heavy, but I'll add some split shots to these. So they don't sit there and do this in the water. They stay more solid in one spot. They tend not to float around. You know, you want to stay in one spot. Because even your fishing line in the wind will pull these bobbers around. You know, just the wind on the line. So they're pretty touchy. But if you learn to use these, you'll like them. You'll like these better than old round red and white plastic ones you used when you were a kid. Learn to use these. And then I'll show one of these, a slip bobber. I'm not going to get the thing out, but all you do on a slip bobber is, see where the string goes through? You buy this little kit with the string on it. It's on a little clear straw. And you get a little round pink reddish bead on there. So you put the bead on the line, and then you put your knot on it. On either side, the knot goes. And what happens is when you reel in, you can reel a little knot down on your rod, right? So you can have like 5 foot of line down here at your reel. So when you cast out and this lands, the line pulls down through the slip bobber. Those people have been, it goes the depth that you want. And I haven't even tried them yet. I have 2 of these. There's another one in the bag. I have not even tried them. We may give it a go. Give it. You can do this. I do this all the time on Sunday. And I don't know why I'm in a hurry, but these videos get 20 minutes long. I get yakking. So that's a slip bobber. Just look up if you're interested in how they work. Because there's a round, doing it again, a round little plastic bead that goes there. And all the string is it ties a little knot. And that knot can reel up through your rod because it's real small. Especially on spinning rods because the eyelets are bigger. Well, the tip one's usually about the same. But enough of that. But there you go. I just decided to paint it black on the bottom. And this was really gooey. There's probably just equal to 4 or 5 coats of paint on here. And it was so gooey that I was pressed on this with my finger because it was dripping, standing up, and molding it like clay. So it took like 2 days for it to cure. But I suppose that could be clear coated. But no, I just thought I'd show that. I had one that broke and I put a little pin in there and repaired it. I finally lost it last time we went out. We went out 2 times now this year. We haven't caught really anything, so I haven't been doing any filming. So hopefully we'll catch something where it's worth doing some video on. So thanks for watching this week, and we'll look forward to seeing you tune in next Sunday.